we're gonna roll. Alien superstar. In 10, 9, 8,
Why did that shock me?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of A Way with Words, the podcast. It's your girl, Bree Story.
It's A Tati.
And it's MJM Kid.
And you might know from our countdown intro, this is our official Renaissance, the film recap episode. So, I will say up front, because I know that y'all know that I am, I'm big, I'm a big radicalist. We are only going to be covering the film and the contents of the film. If you want to hear more about how I feel about billionaires and allowing them to do things, go to my TikTok.
Exactly.
Because there's no ethical way to be a billionaire.
All right. They tried to dog Beyonce. Anyway.
Yeah, they did. And I get it. I think people's opinions are very fair. However, we're here to talk about Renaissance.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we're going to let y'all know that it's really important that you rate and review this podcast wherever you're listening to it. If you're doing the audio thing, especially wherever you are, please go ahead and tell them, like, hey, we fuck with this. Tell them with your clickety-clacks. Say it with your thumbs. Give us 5 stars. Anything below that is best suited. I would say best suited in our email. You know, be a friend. Especially, like, you know, I think we talked about this a long time ago, but, like, when we were talking about, like, black businesses and, like, supporting black business, and I think that support is also, like, treat me like your kinfolk and be like, hey, man, that wasn't cool, or hey, man, sometimes y'all's audio sucks, or hey, man, like, tell me. Like, don't be like 3 stars this week. Just tell me.
They gave us 3 stars?
No, that's never happened.
Oh.
But I'm just saying.
Well,
because the more I tell people to rate, I'm expecting perhaps they will fluctuate, right? But if anything under 5 stars is best suited in my email, I would love to hear from you if you have any criticisms of the show. And we love you for it. And please continue to, listen, share. Please share this podcast. Go below into the comment section on YouTube if you're here. Say what's up. Appreciate it. If you're looking at this on YouTube right now, tell me on a scale of 1 to 7 how much of my fupa is visible to you. Like, how much of it can you see? 7 is like it's in my face. It's the only thing I'm looking at, and then 1 is like, oh, we barely even know. I don't even
like
notice
a 0, girl.
It's gonna be a 0.
Tell me below how much of my fupa you can see.
Don't tell me. I'll cry.
And I'm trying to think of what else. Make sure that you go to yaymash.com and check it out. Just check it out, bro. I keep not doing the things that I'm supposed to do. So I'm gonna stop holding y'all accountable to doing stuff until I hold myself accountable. So, but just go to yaymash.com and check it out. I think that's it. Shall we break some news?
Word. So in honor of our
Brain
Beyonce.
Wait, turn it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
In honor of our Beyonce episode, what is your favorite Beyonce album?
That's pretty hard and disrespectful.
I can't. So I think it's Renaissance.
Yeah, right.
I think it's Renaissance because house music means a lot to me. Gay shit means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Joy is something that I feel like was like pivotal in these past year or so. Like just things that just sound joyous. I've been listening to it from starting from Virgo's Groove onward when I'm on the elliptical, and I'm like, this, like, I'm happy to be here. You know, when I'm listening to those songs, I'm like, this. It feels good. Yeah, I'm going to say Renaissance. I feel like it's very grown. It's very sexy. Like, on a lyrical level, we're just getting a lot. And I enjoy it. And I appreciate it. So I think I'll say Renaissance for right now. This era of me.
Right. I think I'm going to have to agree. I think, honestly and truly. I love B-Day so much. But I also love I don't know. When I put together my favorite albums of all time, I can't even put Beyonce in the category.
Yeah,
you can't put her in the category.
She has to just be alone. Like I'm very serious. Like I'm thinking about all the albums I really love, and she's just separate. It's hard, but I'm gonna go with the Renner as well.
I get that. I get
I
that.
have a good time.
I know Tatis.
Constantly.
I bet I can guess
Tatis is
Tatis.
totally 4.
I was gonna say lemonade. Now I'm
I
You're both
wouldn't-
wrong.
Oh, not lemonade. I don't know.
It's
why I
self-titled?
Mm?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
okay.
Beyonce, I love.
That
Or
makes
a
sense, too.
suitable option would have been B-Day as well. I
B-Day was a
love
very good time.
B-Day.
Very good time.
That would definitely be my number 2 coming after.
Never do- I don't know why I thought you loved
Beyonce.
lemonade so much. That's so
I
funny.
do. I do.
Oh, I see.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. That is also true.
I mean,
Yes.
what album would you introduce to somebody who has never heard Beyonce before?
Ooh, definitely
That's
Renaissance. for me.
never heard Beyonce?
They'd be like, "What is this?"
Probably
Beyonce?
I'd probably
Beyonce.
say B-Day.
I
It
think-
would probably be Beyonce or B-Days.
I think I feel like it would be funny to do Renaissance because I feel like that could literally go either way. So they could be like, "What is going on?"
And then it's also like if they absolutely fell in love with it and loved it 100%, and then continued, they'd be like,
This isn't the same.
"Yeah,
person.
like this is not like none of this music is the
Which
same."
I love that.
None of this music is the same, right?
that's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
that's very
totally
cool.
despise house music.
That's,
The
It is-
stars
that's
is
such a
it is
wild thing for a
like-
Chicagoan to say.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's not my thing. It's not my thing at all.
Yeah.
And Renaissance had to grow on me.
Mm-hmm.
It truly did. And like the concert and the movie, like the live performances is what made me start to like fall in love with it more.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
But
that's
like
gonna do it every time.
I love
hearing
to hear
it
that.
on its own, it was like I was listening to it and I was invested because it was Beyonce. So it was like I'm gonna play the music.
I like
you know?
that too. I like
But
that answer.
yeah, the live performances definitely have made it grow on me so much more.
Yeah.
And the movie for sure. And then the movie like times it by 10.
Okay, we're gonna get all up into it.
Yeah.
All up in your mind. Let's start with the check-in from McGee.
I knew it.
Yeah, you hate it every time. I know it.
Physically, I got a little scratch in my throat, and it's kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm.
like I
You
haven't
got
been-
some.
I
You
like I
got
haven't
some
been sick in a
oregano
long time.
oil.
I don't know. Maybe
It'll knock it out right out.
I'll do that. When
Can
I'm
you
done.
just put oregano on your tongue?
No,
Like out of the
I take them as capsules. I take them
Oh,
every
But I'm
day.
saying,
caps.
could you
I
like
think we do.
sprinkle oregano on your
Um,
tongue and would it do the same thing?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like it's not as when they say it's like concentrated or like it's like the nutrients are worked out. I don't know which is best, but honestly, because I'm a sickie when it comes to like the weather changes. Like my body,
I think that's what's
my
going
body.
on.
But the past 2 years I've been taking this oregano oil. I haven't been sick once.
Oh, shoot.
I got a food poisoning last December. That's the first time. That's the only time this year in the past 2 years that I've been
What
sick.
food made you fucking sick?
I cannot remember.
God damn
But
it.
it fucked me up, and I had just got with my boyfriend, and I had to talk to him about how I had a terrible accident, and it was very embarrassing. But that's how I knew that we were in it for the long haul because he wasn't grossed out at all.
I love the long haul.
A terrible accident.
Yeah, no, it was bad. I won't
That's
even
so
bring it up. I
sad.
never brought it up here because I'll
Yeah.
never talk about it. And now I'm talking about it. Please move on. But yeah, get you some oregano oil.
Yeah, I'm do that. I think we got some upstairs.
Yeah.
Emotionally, I'm pretty content right now.
For sure.
I was kind of tired emotionally this weekend, but I think now that we got the cameras on, it's up.
You feel better.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm ready to
The
perform.
cameras
Yeah.
make
I'm
make it
doing better. That's
Yeah.
real.
My attention is on 2024.
It's happening.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip right over.
You want to skip right over 2024?
No, skip right over
Like
Christmas
Christmas
The rest of the
and-
time.
and
Oh.
Yeah.
just the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I'm good. Spiritually, I am blessed as hell.
As a physically, I have a little bit of an upset tummy. That's annoying. My attention is currently on. I'm here. I just like when I said on, I kind of like tuned into the inside of my brain to see what I was thinking about, and it was like wind. It was just like wind whistling in my head. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not even high. That's funny.
We can change that.
I thought about it. I was like, but I was kind of rushing. It was like one of those days today.
Yeah.
What is it? My attention. Did I say emotionally? Physically? Tummy? Emotionally? I didn't say it. Emotionally, I'm feeling. I'm just here.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel pleasant. I'll say pleasant. And spiritually, I am feeling pleasant.
That's fun.
I have very little to contribute
I like
to
pleasant.
like the
Me
world
too.
right now.
I like
me
pleasant. Same.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know.
Definitely on
I'm
the
feeling
same,
very blonde.
same
Just
wavelength.
like, I don't know.
Physically,
Yeah.
I feel.
Please
Physically-
remind me to tell you something after your check-in.
Okay. Physically, I feel a little tired.
Mm.
I'm definitely was up really early today. I hate getting up at the same time that I wake up when I have to be at work.
Oh yeah,
On a weekend. Like,
Yeah.
I really do not. Like, I will intentionally try to force myself, like, at least an extra hour.
Yeah.
Like, like, to me, that's the only way the weekend seems like a weekend. If
Yeah, like it was worth it.
yeah, like, if I had at least an extra hour.
Mhm.
But I got up early. My guy's a very early riser. You know, it don't matter what time we go to bed.
Mhm.
He's gonna be up at like 6.
He's like
like
me.
naturally.
Wow.
Like, I can
Yeah.
make him go back to sleep and
Mhm.
like be like, no, like
Yeah.
we're not getting out of this bed. But on naturally, he'll be up. And I just got up and we just started putting up Christmas decorations and stuff. So
I love that. That's
I was
so
just
cool
like,
and cute.
we up now. So I'm tired.
Adorbs.
Emotionally, I'm cool.
Mhm.
Emotionally, I feel content.
Mhm.
My attention is on Christmas.
Mm.
I'm just ready. I'm ready for Christmas.
For it to
It's
come and
just-
go, or for it to come? Like you ready for like the day for the day,
I'm ready for it
or
to.
for it to be over?
I'm not ready for it to be over
Okay, cute. I love that.
necessarily, but I am just ready for the, to have like that side, like that. Okay,
we made it.
we're here. We did it.
We're doing
You're not
it.
buying any more gifts. I always tell myself every holiday season that it doesn't make any sense that I don't own every single thing that I want or like, because I come up with so much money around Christmas time, like buying gifts and doing all the things. Like, I spend so much money. So I'm always thinking like, so why aren't you just spending this money on yourself on a regular basis? And you could just have everything you want. Like, how is it that you're able to afford all of this right now, but then like next month when you want a $200 pair of shoes, your mind is going to be like, you couldn't possibly afford that.
Yeah.
You know, like don't even do it, girl.
It's for someone else. That's
It's
why.
your
I always
mind.
try to, but Christmas definitely puts me in a hole though. So it's always like it's like the balance. Like, I need to find the in between of, you can't go at a 10 because you're in a hole, but we know that you can afford like a 6 or a 7. So we
I
gotta,
refuse to let Christmas put me in a hole this year.
Yeah,
I just
don't.
refuse.
Fuck
and
that
that's
shit.
every time. And I'm not even like doing nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It's just.
Things
It's
are
just
expensive.
Christmas.
And
Yeah, it's
things are-
just
Everything is
Christmas.
just
things are
fucking.
expensive.
And I have a lot of people that are on my
Really?
Christmas list.
Take me off of it.
And that I can't take you off.
Tati, please.
Once
don't
you're
do
on,
You said I can't take you off. I'm stressed. I can't take you
Nope.
off.
can't do
Nope.
it. Can't do it. So yeah, and that list grows every year. So it's just like
Oh God.
it's a long list. That's really what it means.
How does the list grow every year?
My boyfriend, his family.
He was there
his-
last.
But I'm saying that's still like a new,
Yeah.
group of people that weren't on my list previously. So,
It's
and as
rant.
time goes on, like you meet new people, like you get close to other people, like
You do.
even like
My
with
list
work,
grows, too.
that changes. Last year, I was working with a different group of people, so I had bought them like gifts and stuff.
That's
I'm
so
still
kind
really
of you.
close with them, so
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get them a little something. But now I
You
work
have
with a
new
new
people.
group, and I'm also going to give them like it's like that's what I mean. Like, it just your life changes slightly every year. So
Is Graham on your list?
no.
Wow.
No.
Come on, Mom.
Because I probably won't see him.
All right.
I would have to like send it, through you or something.
Yes, and I'll say it's
But I
from
did get Blaze, which is my brother's dog.
Oh,
I
your
did.
brother has a
dog? I didn't know that.
Blaze is a maniac.
Oh, I love a
guys.
maniac
He's
Oh,
dog.
wow.
So-
I can't wait to see.
Maniac.
I love a maniac animal. I love an animal where people just describe them in that kind of tone.
Yeah.
Like, this cat is crazy. like this dog is nuts.
Like, I love him.
I love those
I
kind
love
of
him.
animals.
He's a sweetheart, but he's nuts.
Did you get Sebastian's gifts already?
Sebastian actually got his Christmas gift early, and because I couldn't wait.
Oh, that mansion.
No,
That
Look at me
mansion?
so long ago.
I said no.
That was literally the summertime.
no,
Like, yeah. Uh-huh.
It was. I mean, it cost enough.
Yeah.
Like that's
Like,
all
exactly.
you're getting. No, I got him. I don't know how to explain it. It's a big donut, and it has a big hole in the front, and then there's a little hole in the back of it, and it's hollowed out, so he can get inside it and like go in a circle. And
That's fun.
He be running in it?
when I got him that cat apartment, I had maybe took me 2 hours to put it together.
Right.
Once it was all together and I put it where I wanted it to be, I tried to put him up. He didn't give a fuck about that apartment.
Yeah, he hated
so in
it.
my mind, I was like, and that was also kind of the reason why.
Does he like it now?
So.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in and
That
out.
was also kind of the reason why I was like, I'm just going to open this donut now, because in my mind, I'm like, he ain't going to give a fuck about it he going to take his time with it anyway. And I'm like, and I wanted to see it. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to put it together. I had the box and I put it down because I know that he likes to get inside boxes. So I'm like, I'm just going to put the box over there because I know he's going to piss me off and get in the box and not give a fuck about the thing. As soon as I got it attached and set it down, he ran right inside. I was so happy. I was so
Are you
happy.
serious?
And he looks so fucking cute. Oh my God. That cat is adorable. So that made me really, really happy.
I love that.
I
That's
wanted
good.
to tell you, Tati, yesterday I was getting my hair done, and she turned on like The Last Dance. And
A classic.
when they went to, because immediately I was like, oh my God, my best friend loves this movie or whatever. And I've been forgetting how much of that movie I know. Like, I know every word to that movie, which is hilarious. But when
It's
they,
one of those types of movies.
when
that
they
you
went to
would-
Steps the first time, I'm sorry, I couldn't get it together yesterday. When they were in Steps for the first time, and and her and him were like trying to dance, and it was like all awkward, and he was still like trying to teach her, and she was like doing the 2-step thing, like they were getting it. They were just getting it. They were just getting a groove together. And then when the DJ changed the song to Fat Man Scoop, like you gotta fit in, he turned his entire body around and was like, oh, like he didn't give a fuck about her no more. And I was screaming at that part yesterday because I don't think I ever noticed like that little nuance of how his whole body changed.
He had no more
love
patience.
that.
He was so focused on her body at first, like, yeah, you getting it. Like,
He was holding her hands and everything.
when that song
They was
changed,
like,
he said, oh, and turned all the way around.
that was like the next lesson.
It
You gotta
was-
learn what to do.
Oh
when
my
this song
God,
comes
that shit was
on.
so funny. That
I
movie is so head ass and cringe. I actually hate it.
Why don't you like
It's-
let's squash this shit? Come
It's
on.
so
Oh, watch
I
me
love-
squash this.
squash
shit.
this shit.
I love
It was so dumb, but
It's so cool. It's a
it's-
fun
Where is
movie.
Julia
And I love
Stiles?
watching
Where
the
is Julia
She's
Stiles?
been in a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I love watching the guy on TikTok that be like rewatching.
oh yes,
The
he's
movies
funny.
and stuff.
He's
Yeah,
crazy.
he was like, "This is the elite dance club, the elite members only dance club."
Right,
He was
they
like,
only go there to
"And this is
dance."
the dances happening at this dance club, and it was just Chanel like rocking back and forth. And Kerry Washington responded to it too. She was like,
I love Kerry Washington.
I'm gonna
I
tell
just
you.
I just did a TikTok about
That's
Kerry
funny.
Washington. We're off topic.
Yeah.
I didn't even do my last one.
I'm sorry.
Like-
Spiritually, I'm
That's the
cool.
one.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So Renaissance the film by now has been out. You know, so I hope you saw it, but if you didn't see it, spoiler.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, where do you all want to start?
I don't know where to start.
So what I was gonna say earlier, I went on the 30th to go see it,
Yeah.
and
Same.
I walked out feeling underwhelmed.
Oh, wow.
I walked out kind of just being like, Okay, because in my mind, it kind of just felt like at this point, like Beyonce is just Beyonce. I didn't feel. I was like, it kind of felt like you see one, you've seen them all. Like she's a boss, she's a bad bitch. Her work ethic is insane. It kind of just felt like nothing was revealed. I was just like, yeah, like. I don't know, like nothing. It just didn't really feel like all that special to me the first night, and I walked away feeling like, oh, okay, because I went into it thinking like, you know, I might see it a couple of times, but I was like, oh, I don't have to see that again. Like I'm okay.
Wow,
like that's how I felt the first night. So plus the fact that it was we went at 7 p.m. and didn't walk out till damn near 11, and like I was exhausted. And so I was just like, oh yeah, I did the things. I supported. I got my little poster. Cool. Like I did it.
5 of those posters.
So so that was that. And one thing that I need people to understand too is that energy is real, like the energy of the people around you and stuff. The people in our theater were on like we were all on one accord, which I appreciated at that time. Like for the first time, like I literally walked in like, I understand it's a concert film. Because I was disappointed that this was coming out in the theaters. Not disappointed, but I was kind of like, I just need the way that we treat Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I need to be amongst people that like know when to do what. Right. Like of course when our song is on, cool, but like don't overdo it. Don't be talking like don't annoy me, you know. But everybody was pretty much on the same accord. It was pretty quiet. There was one, and there's always one. There was one person, but I gave her grace. I'm like, she's having a good time. Let her live, you know. But she didn't completely ruin it. But also, I was with my man, and my man is like, couldn't fucking care less for the most part, you know. So like, I feel like the energy overall, it was kind of just like, okay, you know. Right. And I think that also it being late, all of those elements together made that also my energy, right? When I got with y'all the second time, and which is funny because the energy was more hype, especially yours. Right. But I also feel like I caught more things in the film. Like I feel like even though the space was more, like I could have been distracted, really but I wasn't. Right. It was like it was so many elements to it. Also, I was with my mom, which was a really, really special moment because when she was talking about her mom, me and my mom were kind of like holding hands. Like it was really cute. So like, I didn't know that happened. So yeah, it was cute. But I feel like I was much more impacted the second time around, and I was like, you know what? That worked out the way it was supposed to, because I would have walked in here and been like,
"It's cool, guys."
I don't know, guys. Like, I mean, I guess it was fine, but like, you know, but okay. So now I just wanted to start with that premise.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm actually a little like obsessed with the idea of the concert movie, because like you know, me and Michael used to sit on the phone and watch concert DVDs together and go over every part and like be sitting at home like, okay, which one do you have? So we could coordinate like
on the same exact time.
Watch. And I actually loved being able to have that experience on a big screen and being able to see it that big, see the details, the screen be that clear, the surround sound. Like I think it made it feel like another experience, you know. So I actually love that. Like even though I was hoping, I was hoping for it to be more of the behind the scenes aspect of it. I was hoping for more.
Give me dance audition. You know,
something like I
wanted more about the origin of the album.
Yeah,
because I think also we've been sitting with the concert for so long now that I'm like, I want to know how this music came about. Because even the little bits that we were getting about the behind the scenes, which was very fascinating and impressive. Like that's what, and that's how I felt the first time. I'm like, well, yeah, like everything she says, you're gonna be impressed. It's fucking beyond. Like, you know, it just didn't feel like that big of a deal to me anymore. But I was like, I really wish I would have seen more of how these songs came about. But
and
I know
that 3 hours, it could have been.
Well,
so like, that was a long.
But I know that probably would have been trickier because while they took 4 years to create this show, some of these songs were produced 13 fucking years ago. Like, you know, so I'm like, it might have been a little bit trickier to kind of like pull all of the elements. But I felt I did walk away the first time feeling like I wish I would have heard more about the album itself. Like how did what is all of these? I want, especially because she worked with so many cool ass writers. Like Sabrina Claudio and Sid and Tim's and like I'm like I want to see what did that room look like? What did the studio look like? Like I was more interested in that.
Yeah, I don't really care what she was saying, but I wanted to hear more of her talking. Period.
Oh, okay.
Like, cause though I thoroughly enjoyed just watching the concert and watching the
concert
stuff,
watching was superb.
Kind of like on like what you were saying, where it was like, well, it's Beyonce. Like I know,
okay.
I would have been looking more forward to hearing something that I didn't already know.
Had no clue.
You know, like something new. Like like. I know, like, I know this is about to be amazing. Like, I know the performance is going to be amazing, but, like, I wanted to hear more of you telling me stuff that I didn't already know before I came.
Yes. Spill the beans.
And I honestly think that that's not even her fault as much as just the times that we're in. So the internet ruins so much.
Yeah.
And, like, we've had so much time to sit with the concept of Renaissance. There wasn't a whole lot about Renaissance that she could give us that we haven't already seen all of the fan pages speculate about, or like, it's kind of like, I don't know.
I mean, but that also depends on what kind of fan you are, because I was very disconnected from all the things that you guys will like come and be like, well, we already know the set list and we already know this and we already know that. And I'll be like, oh, we do? Like, I was not privy or aware of a lot of the things.
I don't think you be in the same places that we be in online.
But that's what,
and not nearly as much either. But that don't got nothing to do with what kind of fan I am, because I am not. I need people to understand. I do not associate myself with Hive now more than ever. But that's what I mean. But Twitter,
I don't see all the
Twitter
same
17 hours a day like I
know all the same things. So it's still like she could have, like, for some people it would have been like, yeah, we already know this, but there's a good chance that as a big group that would have been sitting there like me, like, wow. Like,
but you
like,
still weren't
news, like, because she didn't do it. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, you still did it.
But you were saying, like, because of the internet, that there was so much that she couldn't have. It, like, there wasn't a lot of new information to give. You were saying because of the internet. But I was saying, like, there's probably a lot of shit she could have said to me that I would have been like, no, I had no idea.
I don't know.
Michael was telling me all the dancers. Like, Michael knew all the dancers, all the people. I'm like, oh, I like her. He's telling me people's names, and I'm like, I didn't know any of these things.
No, I
so
do
everybody could have been introduced from top to bottom. I could have gotten a whole history rundown, everything. It would have been all new information for me.
Right.
Not preferred, but I would have liked that. I mean, I feel like the dances were highlighted very well, but there could have been.
Oh, I want to dive so much deeper.
There could have been
dancers.
so much more depth.
Athletes on that stage, please.
Literal athletes.
Athletes.
Because like I don't get all into that either. Like I don't be knowing the dances and stuff like you do. But
well, most of those people are very new.
A lot of them are newer.
I had to research them.
I know Darius because I've been following Darius on TikTok for a very long time.
Oh, okay.
And then I got introduced to Honey Balenciaga through this, but then I remembered like, oh, Legendary.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, oh, then I kind of backtracked, and Carlos was on Legendary too,
Carlos
right?
was too, yeah.
So I had to be like, oh, okay, but yeah, I didn't like put all those pieces together. But overall, beautiful film.
Beautiful film.
Gorgeous film. I walked away the second time feeling like on some like women's studies shit. I think this could be like required watching for women for like certain, I don't know what genre, I don't know what subject, but I feel like women should just watch it. I did feel like that walking away from it the second time.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to take Isley. I wanted her to see.
I'm so glad you did.
She loved it.
She was up the whole time.
Oh,
that's so
mocking
good.
her, listening to like very tuned into the Blue Ivy portion of the movie.
Of course, yeah.
She loved it.
That's good.
I love that.
She did.
That's
she
great.
loved it.
Me and my child were supposed to go.
I was
like, baby, I saw that movie was 3 hours. I was like, I'm not about to put me or Cassidy through that. I was like, because Cassidy's not going to be still.
Who'd
for
you go
3
with the
hours.
first time?
Michael.
I mean, not first time. You only went once. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but we were supposed to go.
We were taking the girls.
The next day, it was supposed to be the girls and us, but I was like, I don't think Cassidy can do that. I was like, 3 hours, that's too long. And then I was just kind of like, I was just throwing in the towel with the whole thing. And Michael's like, we can go tonight. So like, it's like, he's like, let's go when you get off of work.
Yes.
It was like drizzling. I was just like,
it was rainy that day.
Like, Michael, you're like it's late.
Too many obstacles.
Like, yeah, I'm like, it's no pressure. Like, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Live your life.
No, I wanted to see
like,
it.
And that he did.
And so I went, and I'm happy that he forced me to go because I was definitely, I'd be ready to give up so easily on
I get it,
things
though.
like on things like that. I'm always like, it's fine.
I have bought 2 tickets now to her show, to the movie that went unused.
Are you kidding?
Of all of the
What?
in total, I've bought 5 tickets, and 2 of them went unused. And the fact that I'm just like, well,
Why?
because I already bought my ticket. Remember?
Oh, because the first time you was going to go
The first time I was going by myself.
Right.
Because I wasn't on social media. So I was just listening to a podcast one day, and I was like, what are they talking about?
Right.
Because it was The Read, probably. Yeah, it was The Read. Because they have a way of talking to, because they're huge Beyonce fans.
Right.
And they said something like, all right, well, let's get into it. Like, all right, I guess we in the show, we in the movies or something. And I kind of like stopped and was like,
we
what
in
are
the
they,
show, we
like,
in the
what are
movies.
they talking about? And then when they finally spit it out, I was like, wait a minute. So I got my phone and I looked it up. I said, fuck. And by that time, it's damn near sold out.
Oh.
So I got my ticket for the 30th, because that's also like, I wasn't going on the 30th on some like, gotta be the first to see a shit. That's how I do all movies. Like,
Right.
I like to go the night before the premiere.
Right.
And so, especially now, because back in my day, in the Twilight days, the Thursday night premiere used to be a midnight show.
And it'd be
Now
cracking.
they're very generous, and they have shows
Yeah, it's just a regular
the night
show.
before at 7
I
o'clock.
don't know why
Which
they
doesn't make sense.
It makes
So
no sense
dumb.
to me.
Why
Just-
are you
Just
advertising
say
it
it's
as
the
yeah?
30th.
Just
say
say
it comes out.
Thursday. The movie come out on Thursdays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so dumb. So anyway, so I went and I bought, and I also, and I taught y'all this trick, and I was about to say, I'm saying it like we just got a million people listening to us. I was about to say, I probably shouldn't say this on the airwaves because I don't want everybody taking my trick. But I never sit in a regular seat at the
right.
show, ever. I
Right.
always sit in a handicap seat, always, because I don't want anyone near me.
Yeah.
So, and people don't do that, or I think that, and it makes sense. Like, people don't realize that they can do that. Like, you can always sit in a handicapped seat. You just have to get up if a companion to a handicapped person needs that seat.
Right.
No big deal. If that ever happens, cool. You know,
Yeah,
but it
exactly.
has never happened to me. So I looked online, and of course that seat was free. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just buy." I said, "All right, cool." Bought it right then and there, and that was weeks before. That was like November 6th
Right.
when that happened. So then I'm like, okay, cool. I got my ticket, and then of course the day of November 30th, because also my partner and I, our 1 year anniversary was the 29th. So we were big, loved up. So the day of, I was like, I want you to come. Like, I don't want to go alone, And so I was like, let me just see. I'm like, I don't know. Like, who knows? I'm just going to look and see. Oh, because that was the thing, too. When it first dropped, it was only certain theaters. It was like AMC,
It
and
was
then later
only
they opened it up to
AMC.
Marcus.
Right.
Then I saw that they opened up to Harper, which is a theater that is near me. So I was like, oh, shit, they got it at Harper. I'm like, fuck it. We're just going to go to those. So my first ticket went to waste.
Right.
Because I decided to go to
Wow.
Harper instead. So I bought 2 tickets for that one. We went to that one. When me and you decided on Thursday, well, not decided, you said that you were going, and I was like, oh, shit, my mom said she wanted to go, blah, blah, blah. Call my mom. Cool. Bought her and me tickets, right? She called me back and was like, oh, do you think that we should get a ticket for her friend? Because I was going to be with my friends, and she was like, I'll bring one of my friends. And I was like, yeah, I'll get her a ticket. She don't come.
Wow.
So whatever.
That's crazy.
That's a
So
very crazy
who knows
to
how many? I'm look. I don't know much about algebra. I don't know how many monies that is,
Yeah.
but I've spent lots of money on that Beyonce movie so far.
I bought
That's
4 tickets.
insane.
But it's fine. You
Well, I
know,
bought 5 tickets.
support.
I bought 5 tickets too. All
Uh-huh.
mine went. All
Yeah,
mine
but
were
like
used.
all yours were used.
All mine
Yeah.
were used.
Support black business, I guess. No worries. But yeah.
Our Thursday show was kind of similar too. The first night, everybody was just kind of just
Like,
watching
let's
it.
just, yeah.
But we were like, my role at least was like dancing. Like we were just
Okay.
dancing in our seats. Like
Yeah,
we weren't
yeah.
getting up like I did the last.
Oh yeah, and we had so much space for you to get up. This time.
Yeah.
Like it made sense.
It was in the back. Yeah, I wanted to go to the
and
front.
also everybody
though.
loved.
I'm
Everybody
not
loved
talking
you.
about, I wanted to be in the front.
I did
though.
want. I really want to go like leave my seat and go down to the front where everybody can see me. But that's
Interesting.
me doing the most.
You didn't even have to do that. People were literally turned like
Yeah, they did. They
at
the
one
camera
point
was on
a
me.
light.
Yeah.
like a light like swung by me because somebody way in the front like turned around to record him, and I was just like, oh my God.
They told me to. It's like, we're gonna post you at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna go viral.
They were so sweet.
I'm still waiting.
Nah, I'm still waiting.
Shout out to her. She had like a London accent or something.
She did have a London accent.
What a cute woman.
Yeah.
And that was so sweet of her. I liked that she came up to you and like asked your consent and stuff.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Like, yes,
we need
please,
more of that,
film,
y'all. Stop putting
please.
people online. Y'all don't know. That's so weird.
Yeah. That's true.
Anywho, so yeah, what I was say, what elements of the Renaissance film do we want to dive into, McGee? Mostly, what are you doing? Sorry.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I have to turn that camera on and off really quick.
Okay, Renna. So I'm just gonna this is what oh my God, did y'all see the TikTok with the lady with the baby? She's holding a little baby. She said the baby was 7 weeks. And it was like when your baby was in your belly for 2 Renaissance, like she went to 2 concerts. She went to the Renaissance tour twice. And she said when your baby was in your belly twice, the baby was like fussing. And then she just started being like, Renaissance. This is what I want to see. And the baby was just like,
calm.
Aww.
I was like, oh my God. That's
Just
so
literally
cute.
just
So
healing
cute.
all over.
It was
That's
really,
so
really
fun.
cute. So yes, please start, McGee, our resident.
What was the question?
I don't know, just like where do you want to start? What do
Oh.
you, like what parts meant the most to you?
Well, I always like as much pre-production information as possible. Like, who knew it took 4 years?
4 years.
We weren't even in the pandemic then.
Yeah.
It was 2019, basically.
Somebody put on Twitter today the breakdown, and of course I'm gonna forget it, but like all of the things that happened in that time: Black is King, The Gift, something else, Homecoming.
Yeah.
Like, so for you to be prepping and executing all of those things and in the midst of creating this show, it's crazy to think about.
Because you don't even know what's happening right now.
You don't even know.
4 years from now.
You don't
I
even
don't
know.
Maybe 1 year. We don't know.
Don't know, yeah. Wow.
I don't know. I just enjoyed seeing the performances up close. It's just so much
Ooh, let's
grace.
do this. Do you have a favorite thing that you saw? Because I think I know mine. I think.
What,
A
like
favorite thing that you
documentary
That you
part?
saw in the movie. Anything. Anything.
Anything. Ooh.
Any part of the film that you were like, that's my favorite thing. Or one of. It doesn't have to be
one
like,
of. I really enjoyed the like the house music voguing part. I like seeing the footage of Kevin.
Yes.
Prodigy.
That did make me feel very warm.
Like to just give him that spotlight and just see him acting a fool on that mic.
Just being himself.
Wait till you hear what I did on the track, and she like, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I just like moments like that.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That was good. I like that.
I still just like the plastic off the sofa
yeah.
to heated part.
Yes.
I love that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple things for me.
Yeah. Tots?
I truly enjoyed when she was like back in Houston.
Oh,
And I enjoyed just
That was
listening to
sweet.
her talk and have all of the reflections about like, oh, like I was performing in this parking lot and in this and I performed at this mall and I did this, and just and then like, and I think was she in the plane? When because she could see the parking lot, like from the plane
She
or
said
something
the
like
helicopter.
that.
Yeah, she was
And
in a
I was just
helicopter.
like, that's just so, like, it was so, watching it, it made me like emotional.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, like it's
What
such
a
a
life.
gift
Yes.
to be able to, for one, remember all these things.
Yeah,
That.
for
Like,
sure,
remember
for
all these
sure.
things and all these places and all
Have
these
these
faces.
memories.
And that's another thing about Beyonce. Beyonce doesn't seem to really forget anything.
Yeah.
Like things
Big
that
Virgo
happened to
energy.
her. Yeah, like
That's big Virgo.
people that she
Baby,
came
they
in
know what
contact with, like she has remembered every step of the way, like of her journey, and like she truly appreciates. I even loved when she mentioned, even though she ended up letting Blue perform anyways, but like
Yeah.
I loved when she mentioned
Why
that
did I say no?
she didn't have the experiences that I
Right.
have, like to
Right.
be ready. Like she hasn't done anything,
Right.
to be prepared for this. And I loved that, even though ultimately she did let her perform, that she was able to have that thought process about it, because I think that on the outside looking in, a lot of times, sometimes we look at these like celebrity kids and we're just kind of like, they just get to do, they just get to do anything. Like just because you're Beyonce's daughter, like, you get to just go perform in arenas and stadiums and stuff now.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Like, you haven't done anything, and it's
Yeah.
nice that, like, she can acknowledge and be like, yeah.
And she's like, I've been performing since I was 7, but me performing at 11 was such a smaller scale. You starting at 11
Yeah.
with 70,000 people in the
Yeah,
crowd.
exactly.
Like,
And
it
it's
makes
not
so
like
much
you
sense for her to
have
be like,
been-
why would you be? Why
And
would
it's
you be able
also
to do
not
that?
like within this time period of your life that it's not like you have been prepping or training
Right.
like you want to be an artist.
Right,
Even if she
right.
had been in that mode and
Right.
it was like very clear from day one, like
That's
Blue
still
has
such a
always been like,
crazy start,
I want to be
yeah.
a dancer. I want to be a singer. And she's been like, Blue's been in rehearsals. Blue's been in practices. She's been doing this. She's been doing that.
Yeah.
The way that it seemed was that, like, you know, she just be in all the meetings and then was one day
She's
like,
in every
Mom,
meeting.
She be in the
I wanna
meetings.
perform with you.
That's
you
one
know?
thing. That's one thing. When Beyonce said my kids come everywhere, I said no. We've been seeing that from Blue.
She's been everywhere.
Blue ain't missed a thing.
She has it.
Not a
Hasn't missed
meeting,
thing.
not a Zoom.
Yeah, not-
She be
Does she go
there.
to school? Like, that's what I want to know.
She must, right? But like when? Like, or when are y'all doing meetings?
She's
like,
and then because she
They're
mentioned
like,
that
our
in the-
meetings are
didn't she
between
say,
5
like,
and 9
I'm
to-
dropping them off at school in the
Mhm,
morning.
she
Like,
Oh,
she
yeah.
mentioned that.
School.
I'm like, so they are going to school. Like, how?
She's like, we do meetings between 5 and 9 so that we can accommodate for Blue
Yeah,
school
well,
schedule.
yeah,
Because
because
Blue
she has
clearly
to be
needs to be a part
She
of
has
it.
to give her opinion,
I love that.
and she did. Look,
My favorite part is okay. I'm in a space right now, as y'all heard a couple of episodes ago. I'm having some complicatedness with my parents. So to just see Jay-Z and Beyonce affirm Blue the way that they did tore me up.
Right.
Like, I could cry right now, and I probably will, maybe a little. It helps to say that I could cry because then my tears be like, oh, she's onto us, and then they kind of back up. Jay-Z saying to her, like, you're my daughter. I know when you're nervous.
Because you're my child, I know when you're nervous.
I said, people have dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So that was like, that was everything to me. And it just made me feel like good. Like, I know that people have like opinions about celebrity kids and stuff, but I'd be like, man, the ability to allot your black children this much freedom is so amazing. Like, I love it so much. It made me really, really happy. Even the way seeing Beyonce be a gentle parent,
Right.
because
You lost your tooth.
oh, that too. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I love that.
But even the diva scene where
Oh,
Blue
yes.
was like, you can't cut out diva,
Yeah.
and like in the moment, because
This is obviously a very important meeting. Like,
we all know some mothers that would be like, knock it off. Like,
Right.
I said stop. Or
Yeah.
like it would have been more stern. Instead, it was, I value your opinion, but you just can't cut us off. Like,
you can't cut people
You
off.
know,
I feel
you
like
can't
it
cut
was
people
very
off.
stern.
It didn't
I
feel
felt like it was
well,
like not stern,
I was
like
about
as
to
in
say,
like
she
oh,
done-
shit,
Yeah.
like I'm scared, but stern as in like you have a relationship and a rapport with your child where it's like you don't have to do much for
when I
Blue
say
to
when I
get
say
the
stern,
hint of, like
when I say
Mom said,
stern,
"Be
I don't
quiet."
mean like in tone. I mean it wasn't just like be quiet. I said be
Right,
quiet.
yeah,
It
'cause
was
that would
I
make me
really
nervous.
appreciate your opinion, but like right now I just don't need you to be cutting people off. Like, you know, it was just very matter of fact. It was coming from a place of patience.
It was.
And I love to see black people be able to parent that way, because
We need to see it more often.
we need to see it more often, because way too many black parents in general, but I'm only speaking from mine, not my particular parents, but my community. Way too many black parents don't have the luxury to have any patience. They're
Yeah.
exhausted. So I can't deal with this
And
or
can you
whatever.
imagine the pressure too, and that meeting too? Like she's
Like,
about to put on a fucking world
This is
tour,
a
and your
world
child is
tour,
butting
and your
in.
kid is being like, you cannot take
Right.
diva away,
And she was
and
like,
and
"Take it
was
down a
never
couple
wrong.
notch-" Right,
and
she
was
wasn't
never
wrong.
wrong.
She wasn't wrong.
Because look, just like the whole show would have been shit. Like, what would that show be without
Without
diva? But no, I really loved just seeing them parent their children,
too.
because I feel like it brings so much healing to people who are having complications with their parents to see
I agree.
that, you
Yes.
know. So I really enjoyed that, especially Jay-Z. I was like, because I told y'all this before. in my house, before there was a Beyonce, there was a Sean Carter. I didn't know anything about Destiny's Child until Survivor.
Right. Oh,
Like,
wow.
not like that. Like, of course, I know Bills and stuff, but
Yeah,
like,
about to say what the fuck.
I just didn't like Destiny's Child era, and maybe I had a one-track mind when I was a kid. Because when I think about it, I'm like the amount of like artists that I know now. Like, why was my collection so small as a kid? But I guess because I'm a kid. Yes. But like, I didn't know nothing about Destiny's Child. It was just Spice Girls,
right.
Britney Spears. That was basically it for like
Tribe Called Quest.
Well, yeah, but like that was like my
Wu-Tang.
house's music.
Oh yeah,
Wu-Tang,
yeah.
A Tribe Called Quest. Like, but like when I got my first little CDs and stuff, that's all. I didn't know nothing else.
Yeah.
But I knew I loved Jay-Z at a very, very young age, and I just didn't know nothing about Beyonce until later. And so to see Jay-Z at this stage in his life and having accomplished all that he has, and it seems like, and I know he's working because like technically he's like retired from music or whatever, he's obviously working, but he has such a like relaxed, he just seems so relaxed. He just seems like he just be chilling. Like I go on my wife's tour, and I'm here with my kids, and I'm doing the fucking electric slide with my fucking wife's friends and peers, and like I'm just enjoying myself. Like he's worked so fucking hard and for so long. So like to see him and to see him as a dad, I was like, this is.
Yeah. I go into all Beyonce spaces, honestly.
Looking for Jay-Z.
100%. And wanting to see him. When we got in the movie theater, I was like, I want to hear Jay-Z talk. Like, that was, I genuinely enjoyed, though, how much his presence was felt without him having to talk. And without him having to have a monologue. So that when that time finally came and they did show him have that that small conversation, I was so excited and I was so happy. I definitely felt the same thing you said about, like,
just joy.
He just seems happy. Like, he is happy in the space that he is in. Like, he is not missing anything. He is not yearning for anything.
Chilling.
He is living life and having a great time. And I am still a stronger Jay-Z fan
100%.
than I am a Beyonce
100%.
fan.
Oh,
I definitely
love y'all crazy. I love
Beyonce, but no, I was definitely a Jay-Z fan.
Yes.
Before I was a Beyonce.
Because here's the thing about Beyonce, right?
What is
and the reason why, like, it's the Aquarius in me too. Like, I don't like to be grouped. I don't like group think.
You like group projects. This is a group project.
I hate group projects.
We're in
actually.
one.
I literally
Look,
don't.
we're in
I literally don't do that. No, but I just don't like. I don't like the
fandom.
Grouping. I was getting to that word. I despise fandom. I don't like it. And I think that's another reason why it's been like an interesting few weeks hearing all of this discourse from people, from some people who are criticizing Beyonce in a very fair way, and hearing people be like, it's like, okay, girl, like, I know you love Beyonce, but the girl, she can, it's okay to admit that she don't know everything, or maybe didn't do the right thing in this area. It's fine.
That's true.
So like when it starts getting to that level, it's like, I think of the Beehive kind of, and we're older now, but like, so it's different. Like, our generation of Beehive don't act like like the whole Barbs and the like all like it gets delusional sometimes, and it just frustrates me, the idea of somebody thinking that just because I like Beyonce that's the group that I'm in. So I always be like, please be clear.
That's just how you act.
But it's like, I'm a musician. On an objective level, Beyonce is just good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And even if I wasn't a musician, who don't know nothing about a scale, nothing about chords, don't know nothing about nothing, you listen to Beyonce, and unless you got something personal going on, nothing tells you that this sounds bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It just is good. It's okay, you know?
Exactly.
So, like, that's the thing. It's like, and I think that was the other thing about my first time watching the movie, where it was just like, it's like, of course you're going to enjoy it. Like, your experience is going to be this at Beyonce, because she prides herself on quality, perfection. Like, it's going to be good. It's going to be quality. But I think I want it to be like, oh my God, I learned so much. Like, you know, I wanted to feel that. But I came out of it just being like, yeah, it's Beyonce. Like, of course. Of
It's
course.
literally of course.
Like, even the things that I didn't know, it didn't feel like news. It was like, of course this took 4 years.
Right.
Of course you have 3 different stages, 2 of them traveling while 1 is being put up. Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, of course this amount of thought and quality. Of course. We already know this about Beyonce. So I think that's why I felt like underwhelmed the first time. But then the second time I really got into like the intricacies of just the impact, like how it makes you feel.
Yes.
And I think you get that from the familial aspect with her and her kids, and with Jay and the kids and her mom, and all of the discourse about Uncle Johnny. It like I feel like I was able to tap into that, and maybe because I was with my people. No shade to my man, but like I was with my people. I was with my best friends, and I was with my mom. I feel like something about that energy I was able to tap into, or I was like,
going crazy.
I was like, this is.
We were literally hugging each other
revolutionary.
in the lobby of the theater.
We
Like,
were.
I can't believe it. We're going to see it again.
We were like, I was like, this is. It felt more revolutionary.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, wow, just seeing like blackness displayed in this way, experiencing blackness in this way with the people that I'm with, and just joy and freedom. I'm like, okay, I'm getting it now.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I definitely needed that second time, even though, and you know, God works the way God works. Because if it was up to me, I wouldn't have went a second time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I almost missed
I
the
would
first
not.
time.
She
But
just
you
makes
know,
me
so
feel
serious.
good. She just
It
makes
does-
me feel
No, she
good.
really makes me emotional.
And I just want to always feel like that.
Because
That's
I
why I'm
can't
obsessed.
imagine having that kind of impact.
Yeah.
Like when I see, and I think it doubles whether she's, I don't believe, whatever. I'm not gonna address that. I think that it's even more, like I feel it even more because she is, from what we see, a very humble person. Like she doesn't take it for granted. Like she'll do her talking her shit on the music.
Yeah,
in the
thank
music,
you.
she
Talk
says,
about
"I'm
it.
that bitch. Bow down.
Right.
Y'all didn't know shit about this until I gave it to you, hoes. Like I'm paying you
I'm
dust,
one of
bitch. You can't fucking compete with me, you stupid girl."
Yeah.
Like she's giving you that in the music, but in
And I
her,
can't.
but in her just everyday dialogue, even on the stage when you see her live, those pauses and her fighting back her own tears, like the fact that she still is 27 years in and she still can't believe, like there are 80,000 people standing here screaming for me. Just me. Like, and then there's so much into my lore and my stardom that there are Michaels of the world. They know my whole dance troupe and they know the band.
Have
like,
to. Look,
but
have to know everybody.
is the center of this thing is the Beyonce of it all.
Right.
And I think that she, she just seems like a very sweet girl, and for 42 years old, sweet girl, beautiful gowns.
That's why I don't like listening to people debate about
It's so
Beyonce
silly.
Yeah, I
or
just can't.
going to these rants or the people that are not big fans of her because she's such a huge artist.
Exactly.
How much pleasure they gain in just wanting to go against the grain. Like,
Yeah.
that
That's
album was
annoying.
weak or
And
I
that's the
don't
thing.
like her.
You don't dislike
or
Beyonce.
she-
You don't like how much we like her.
Yeah.
or,
Just the impact.
Or I don't like the fact that you can't recognize that there is a space in between. Like,
Yes.
you don't, just because Beyonce is a great singer, great performer, all these things, you don't have
All
to
these
be a fan of her.
things.
She's not, everybody's not going to be everybody's taste. Like,
Yes,
you know, that still
exactly.
may not be your thing. But that doesn't mean that now,
It's
on the
just the
complete
complete
opposite, you go around like,
extreme.
she's trash.
Yeah.
Y'all overhype it. This. Like, I had said it on my, like, Instagram the other day. I was like, people that want to have conversations with me about not liking Beyonce or saying that she can't sing, I'm like, are literally ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
they
you
are.
Talk to
like,
that lady.
You heard a song, you heard or you watched her perform, and you walked away. You walked away from Super Bowl
this
saying
It's the performance
that
for
was
me.
weak. Or
It's the
something.
performance
Like,
for
you
me.
can't.
I would
Like,
Because
never.
it's
depending on the song,
impossible.
I'll give you that. Depending on the song, I'll give you that. That's not your genre.
You could
That's
not like
your,
the song,
yeah,
but her voice,
that's what-
like, if
right.
that wouldn't change.
That's what I'm saying.
You
It be,
know?
but it be the performances when people try to really walk away from a performance and tell us that shit was weak,
Weak as
hell.
hell,
What the
boring as
fuck are
hell.
you-
I was like,
And
okay.
then
Making
to that I
things
say,
up.
compared to what?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah,
where's
I
your
know.
what's
Tell
your
me what your
what's
standard
your top
is.
of the mountain?
That's
Exactly.
why I don't even have those
Like, shut
conversations.
up.
I won't even get off into the conversation. I
Yeah,
won't even
might as
start
well
it because
don't.
you are delusional, and
You're
I
doing this on
cannot
purpose. You
have
just
a
wanna
debate
get a rise
with
out of
somebody.
people.
Yeah, that's not rooted in reality. There are tons of musicians and artists that I personally do not like, or that I'm not I don't want to hear them as much, or I'm not that into it. But it would never change the fact that I can recognize somebody's talent.
Good.
Yeah, like it doesn't. I just don't like it, but that has nothing to do with somebody's impact. Their talent.
I see why people fuck with her, but it's just not my cup of tea. Yeah,
and that's so okay. I have that happen totally all the time, where I'm just like, it just didn't catch me. Like it just didn't, you know. I don't want to. I was about to say I don't want to pivot too much, but it kind of made me think about Pink Friday too. Have you two listened to Pink Friday?
I have listened to it a couple times.
Okay, how do you feel?
I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
Yeah. So I'm only halfway through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of songs, but they're not long.
No.
But you know, circumstances. I had things to do. But that first half, I was there. I never need to hear Nicki Minaj sing. There, I said it. I never need to hear her sing.
Yeah, that's been a thing for people.
I appreciate the freedom of just especially as a singer and as a very often insecure singer. I feel about her and about Drake, people who are not like vocalists. Mm-hmm. I love that you just say, "Fuck it, I can do what the fuck I want to do."
Yeah, I'm not gonna hire.
I love that on an artistry level that people who are not like your typical like singers, will be like, that's not gonna stop me from singing. Right. So I appreciate it on that level, but when it is happening, I do kind of be like, all right, another one of these hooks, cool. Yeah, exactly. But overall, I'm like.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think it's good.
I really enjoy Pink Friday.
That let me tell you the song I like.
I'm very slow on listening to music. Like when new music comes out.
Oh yeah.
So
Tati will hear it in January, y'all.
Fuck the club up.
Yeah, I like that.
You're gonna have me throwing my ass.
She stole that title from
all
Zani.
2024. From Zani.
I like everybody.
Yeah, because
I like
and it's spelled like the FTC. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she literally stole that from Zani.
Some stuff.
Not stole. That's hilarious. Also, did anybody listen to that Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz joint album?
I did not.
No.
They have a song on there called Crazy Thick that I love a lot. So just letting you know.
I'm going to listen to that.
But we're going to talk more about music in the next episode. Sorry. Yeah. We're just talking about Renaissance, and we're going to wrap it up in a second.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, but overall, I think it was a.
I just want everybody to go see it. Yeah, I spent some time on the when we saw it. Mm-hmm. Texting a lot of my straight male friends.
Oh, yeah.
Convincing them to go.
Yeah.
I got 2 to go.
I saw you talking to Coop. Shout out to Coop.
Yes. He said he already saw it.
Yeah, he was like, I did, bro.
Like, that's what I'm talking about.
I love that. It's quite long.
So long.
It's an
hard
investment.
sale.
It's a time investment.
Only because of the time.
I was moving it. I was pushing it because I'm like, all of my creator friends should probably just get inspired. Because that's
I definitely walked away. You know what? I don't know. I've seen a lot of Beyonce stuff where I think I usually walk away feeling inspired. This time I walked away just feeling motivated. It didn't feel like oh, I'm on the cusp of creating something or I'm inspired to do something, but it just felt like I can.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And that feels good.
That
felt good.
That's what I
was just like, wow, like we have such a privilege as artists, as people who create. Like that's so dope, you know?
That's another reason I want Isley to see it because I want her to just know that like these black women out here, they be working hard and you can work hard too and whatever your thing is that you want to be the best at, this is what it will look like. It will be this kind of impact. Come on, girl.
Come on.
She loved it. She loved
it. Yeah, I definitely think girls and women 100%. I love the idea of more straight men watching it. Mm-hmm. My man definitely was like, yeah, that shit is crazy impressive. You know, he wasn't like, damn, I gotta go. But he was like, that shit is crazy impressive. Like that. And it's just, those are the things that we be talking about though. Like something, it's just undeniable.
Yeah.
It's undeniable.
Just like, yeah, of course.
You can't, there's nothing bad to say.
It's
like
you
should.
And it's
nothing bad to say.
Be like, it was cool.
Like if you really, really, really hate Beyonce and like Beyonce, like there are things that you can hate that Beyonce is a participant of. You know, we can hate capitalism. We can hate unethical billionaires. We can hate all of that stuff.
We can.
But like Beyonce is just a good artist,
right?
And she seems like a pretty decent person.
Exactly.
Like, guys, it's fine. Like if you really find yourself hating her, I just need you to go talk to that lady and figure out what's inside, because it's got to be something else. But yeah,
and just move out the way.
Hey, come true. Did you see anything? I know that you've pretty much stuck to the same fave as far as like parts of the show. Were there any parts of the show that were like a surprise to you? Like, oh, I like this more seeing it this way.
I think so. I'm always amazed by the edits when they go through costumes and stuff.
Yes.
That always gives me goosebumps. But
I can't believe.
I mean, I knew she was gonna do that because it was obvious.
Yeah, why would she not do that?
Yeah.
I'm so actually surprised that she didn't give us more looks.
Yeah. I know, right?
And I didn't think about that until, of course, Twitter's gonna. Baby, I don't know. I hope some of y'all are getting paid.
Yeah.
The way that y'all be churning out.
Putting in these compilations together.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
It's crazy.
No, like literally within a couple days, I saw a whole thread of like, here are the looks she missed, B. Like, avenge us, B. We need to see these looks or whatever. And it's just like, but you see them, they're there.
I think I wanted.
But you see them, they're literally right there.
I think I wanted more dialogue from when the sound went out for Alien Superstar. It went quick, but it was so unexpected.
Was so good.
It was so unexpected, but I wanted to hear, because she was already dressed when she's telling them where to start the song. But at first, it was like, they said we're going to go straight into Liftoff.
Yeah.
She said she's going to skip the whole song, but, you know, whoever the guy was, I forgot his name. But
he was like, it'll be dope if you change.
If you change, and then, then she was dressed, and then she was like, started here. And it was like, okay, first verse, Alien Superstar, and then she's on the riser. So
can we talk about that part for just a second?
Yeah, I want to hear
I don't want to take up too much time. Another thing that I like about Beyonce, and like there are certain things, and that's the thing that I don't want to be attacking people, because now I'm thinking about that article.
Okay.
There are people who are like, oh, it's performative. Like, of course she's only going to show you this part of her, whatever. That part that we saw, that's real fucking footage. The fucking lights went out, the fucking audio, and she was humble.
Yeah.
Because when I think about a fucking big fucking star and like this thing just happened, we could have seen her go down there and be like, what the fuck? Fucking chop. Like, what are y'all doing? She was quiet. She took suggestions. She had an idea. And when somebody came up with something else, she was like, okay, we got 3 minutes. Let's do it. Yeah. Like,
I can change in 3 minutes.
Oh my God. I just was like, what more do y'all want from this woman?
Because like she said, she works with the experts in their field.
Exactly. So she trusts
them.
They
plan for that. You have to plan for stuff like that. You have to. And then you are solution based.
Yep.
Like,
and you trust them to
the solution
to
has to come next. Like, I know this happened, it's a mistake.
Yes.
We have to have a solution now. So
and that's it.
And that's what happened.
And it was so raw. And of course that's everyone's favorite part when she comes up and she was like, we fucking did that. We fucking did that. She made that face.
And that's what gives me goosebumps.
If only y'all knew. If only y'all knew. Y'all think this is important. Y'all think this is part of the show.
I'm going to look that up on YouTube, like the actual raw part of that, because I want to see how the dancers are already back on stage. Everybody left the stage.
Yeah.
But they were already in position when she was on the riser.
Yeah.
So I just want to go back and see how that actually went out. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that part. Also, I love to this day, I wish I could say that we've had this podcast since 2010, because y'all would have footage of me. I've been a fucking Kendrick Lamar fan since 2010. Yeah. I love Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, I love Kendrick Lamar.
Just a cool guy.
And I love that Beyonce fucks with him on that level, because it feels affirming. It feels like I know what I'm talking about. Like that's a good man, Savannah. He's a good dude. I love him. So I was really happy to see him. I think that's it, because I'm just gonna keep. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep thinking of new things.
Right.
Shout out to All Up in Your Mind. I'm so glad that she let me see that, because I was
happy to see that choreo.
Honorable mention is Megan Thee Stallion's body.
Yeah, stop. Those buns.
I'm about to throw this away. I'm about to throw this because I can't believe I haven't brought up Megan Thee Stallion.
That
my queen, my Aquarian queen.
It's not normal.
Those
it's not like
cheeks.
it doesn't exist the way, and she does it so effortlessly.
Yeah,
she shakes her ass with the least amount of effort the way Beyonce sings.
And like, Beyonce was probably just like, shake your ass.
I love her, and I
had to cover my man's eyes.
I'm actually so pissed because I really want to spend more time talking about that. We don't have too much. We don't have a lot of time. I love Megan Thee Stallion. I adore her, and I loved that moment so much.
It was so genuine.
So much. And I just love the admiration that Beyonce has for her. Like, Beyonce just supports her.
Yeah.
You know? It's really just like, as she is.
Yeah, seriously.
Very different. 27-year-old Megan is a very different woman than Beyonce was at 27.
Right.
Than Beyonce is now.
Beyonce could easily be like don't really want to align myself with that kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, for real. No, she could easily be like, this is a little much for my demographic and for my type of thing, you know?
But she's just not giving a fuck.
Just supports her as she is. Just sees her for the beautiful woman that she is and for the talent that she is. Because Megan Thee Stallion is a rapper's rapper. She can rap her fucking ass off.
She can.
And she's just good. She's just good, and she's a sweet girl, and everybody fucking loves her. Everybody who has a brain, a real one, loves her. Okay, let's end there because I can't believe I forgot to mention that. That is a very, very good part. That is an amazing part. Yeah. Anywho, let's wrap this up. Love y'all so much. We'll talk to y'all on what some of you may call Christmas. Festivus for the rest of us. Please continue to do all the things that you've always done. Follow us where we can be followed at Away with Words the Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And you can follow me at those places at Bree.stories and at Bree_stories on TwitTwat. And you can follow at A_Tati on Instagram and at Hey_Tati on TwitTwat. And while you're at it, please go ahead and follow at MJMKid and at Moments_Stu because that's where all the cool shit is. And you should be following at Please Be Easy as well because why? Please be easy. We love y'all so much. We'll talk to y'all next week. Everybody say bye.
Bye.